Hello everyone and welcome back to another Black Desert video. So today I want to talk about some of the gathering spots for the new elixirs and everything. So one of the two things that I wanted to talk about today were both the Rusalka's coral and the Caphras essence. Now these two things are actually important depending on what you do in the game. One, Rusalka's corals allow you to create the new life skill crystals, and the Caphras essence is more for the PvEers and PvPers out there who are looking to get the upgraded perfume of tenacity and courage. So basically, you take the regular one and then you take the Caphras essence and then upgrade it into the newer version. So that's one way to upgrade it, which I think is actually important, especially with the new upcoming spots. You never know. Basically, the difference is plus 5 H or 5 AP for this one, and like plus 300 to 400 HP depending on whichever one. So basically just the upgraded one. And for everyone else, you need the Rusalka's corals. You need at least 1,600 of them for the new life skill crystals, which is actually something I completed recently. So you know all these new crystals that are kind of annoying to get because the price is too low on the market that no one's selling it. So chances are you're going to have to make these yourself. So if you had either of the life and or mastery crystals, you're going to need the Rusalka's coral to make the essence of verdure and then upgrade it. So I'm going to show you both spots, and the first one is Caphras essence. So this is the spot I like to do. I'm not sure if it's the best one, but it's like the most convenient, and chances are the rotation is big enough to the point where you can grind here, and by the time you get back to the same rotation or the starting point, everything is reset. So with that said, this is where we are on the map. Just you see the Garden of Immortality and the Veiled Archives. You see there's a little path right going up right here, right? It's kind of hard to show you because it's kind of dark when I zoom in, but you'll just see a small path going up, and I'll show you the rotation. So let me just put on some life skill gear so I can show you this real quick. And I'm not gonna... I'll just show it to you, but my mastery might be different from yours for better or worse, and this is what I have on. All these stuff. Anyway, so we start over here. You'll see the little hill down, like we're at the entrance near here, more or less. We're gonna go up and then cycle around back here, so it's a big circle, right? So we start here. The way you'll know is you'll see the little like canyon thingy over here. One thing you have to worry about is the lava down there. It actually hurts. If you have an infinite potion, it's not a big deal. If you don't have an infinite potion, well, bring some potions. So anyway, what you're going to be looking for are the spirit-laden Caphras trees, and they also give you the Caphras tree sap as well, so that's always nice. They're kind of expensive, so you might as well start collecting them. But you're here for the Caphras essence. Let me show you the rotation. And then you kind of have to go around a little bit. So just keep in mind where my horse is right there. This whole cycle takes about, I would say probably 5 minutes or so. And then you just repeat. So I think it's worth it simply because right now, Caphras essence and everything is still, I guess it'll be used forever as long as these potions are still relevant. So the downside, the Caphras essence, in about 500 energy, I get about 100 of the essence. It doesn't sound good, but on the other hand, is this spot worth gathering? I guess for now, because like everything is at an all-time high. Obviously you would get more mastery. You had the Agris essence on and everything. And let me see, do I have... Okay. Dude, okay, never mind. We're just gonna go around. You could hop over it if you wanted to. So this one, we already got that. It's the rocks that here are the ones that are gonna annoy you. So yeah, once again, if you don't have infinite potions with lava, just know the lava tick is a 10-second dot, 600 every 2. Could go out, get that tree up there if you wanted to, but I don't care. So going down there is another rotation. I would probably, I don't think it matters because the cycle or the route we do is large enough to the point where it doesn't matter. Your cycle will be full over again. But yeah, Caphras Essence is, yeah, we just got like 5 of them. They come in usually bundles of 5, so this might be not obvious the first time you see it because you're like, oh, where do I go? Guess what? Turns out this is a little cave right here, you see? First time you won't be able to notice unless you're looking at the map, but you just go walk through here. And then what I would do is go from left to right, simply because you're gonna have to go that route anyway. So you'll pick up all these on the side. But yeah, you'll get more depending on if you're like fully buffed, life skill, everything, more mastery. But this is just a small showcase of what it looks like. And then for record, I am Guru 37 Gathering, and whether you think that's good or not, it's about like, with full buffs, I think I would be around 2400 mastery. So yeah, you take all these every cycle. I guess it depends if you get lucky with the green thumb, whatever they call it, the bonus, and you get more Caphras Essence. But also, it doesn't matter. You're getting a lot of Caphras Tree Sap as well on the side, so that's money. So yeah, you go down here. You skip all the other trees like that one. You only look for the orange ones. So we're getting back to the starting point again. And then you see how our horse is over there. That's the entire rotation, and everything is good to go. So with that said, what I'm going to show you next is the spot that I use for Rusalka corals. These are pretty important because you're going to want to craft those Essence of Verdure. And this is kind of expensive because you need the sharps, which you have to gather yourself. Magical shards are at like an all-time high. Same with sharps right now. And lightstone crystals. Basically, the entire thing is expensive simply because these are best in slot crystals, and then you need 16 of them. So you also need these Jin life crystals. Life skillers, this is about 100 billion silver worth of upgrading everything. Anyway, I'll see you guys in a second. All right, what is going on? Welcome back. So we are currently in the spot that I use to collect all my Rusalka corals. This is used once again to get all these crystals. So where are we? Where do you go? This is the Nymphomare Castle. We're basically on the coast around here. So to give you a overview of EDANIA, we are at the top over here. Okay, so how does this spot work? What is the rotation? This is actually super easy. It's something all of you guys should be able to follow. So what are you going for? You are going for Rusalka corals, and I guess like anything else that comes with it. So see these things with the green? That's what you're going for. You gather the coral stoneback crabs. What's actually really good is rough stone. You get a lot of this here, and this is kind of like every life skiller's bottleneck because you just need a lot of them. So that's good. You get that along with the things. You get Caphras here as well. So next, basically you're going down looking for all of this stuff, and you see how we got Rusalka coral. Chances are, like, I get it, they are like 1,000,000 silver each. However, if you look at this right here, there's 80,000 on the market. So chances of you winning an order on it, especially if you need 1,600 of them, is actually very low. So this is why I'm showing you, so you guys can gather it yourself as well. So 6 of these. Sometimes you get the lucky green thumb, like, you know, the 10 energy proc, and then you get like 50 of them. Well, that's really nice. I got it a couple times. But either way, you just keep doing this. You go down, get the coral stoneback crabs. And actually, this spot is actually really relaxing, simply because you get a lot of good stuff, like rough stone for all of you cooks and people who do alchemy. Important. So the one downside is there's a lot of random rocks here, and chances are you're going to get stuck on something. It's just kind of a minor inconvenience. Yeah, like one straight line down to path, we got that. And then sometimes you can get a lucky proc with 50 of them. Whoever designed this mini game, this is like the worst one. And what you do, since we're at the bottom of the coast right here, you just call your horse up and go back to the start. See, this is the easiest straight line rotation. Everything is respawned again. AoE everything down. And collect your rough stones, because chances are you're going to need those too if you do any other life skilling that's, you know, all of this stuff. Can we get a 50 proc live while we're recording? But yeah, anyway, you just keep going down. You just keep going down the little thing. You start over here, go down, repeat. Chances are they're respawned again. And that's about it. It's actually very chill. So good luck to all of you getting your Caphras essence, your Rusalka's coral, your Caphras tree sap, and everything else you need. A lot of these are actually very important in a way, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I do. And I will see you guys later. Peace.